Good morning students. I am Vinod from DBSIT Kavali. Now today I will going to explain about basic civil and mechanical engineering subject. It is for first year BTech EEE students. Okay. So the name indicated as a basic civil and mechanical engineering. Here part A comes under basic civil engineering subjects and part B comes under mechanical engineering subjects. So here I will focus on part A, basic civil engineering. Okay, in that basic civil engineering we are having three different units. Those are first unit. In that first unit we are mainly discussed about what are the different kinds of terminology used in design procedures. Okay, here we are mainly focused on what are the different kinds of terminology used in civil engineering point of view. At the same time, come to second unit. Here we are mainly focused on how to calculate those parameters by using electrical gadgets. Okay, based on electrical gadgets, how to we are able to calculate the design parameters we are already discussed in first unit. Those things we are calculate here. Come to third unit. In the third unit, it unit completely depends upon the are completely explained about building materials. Okay, how many kinds of building materials we have, what are their properties and what are their applications, all of things we are completely discussed in third unit. Okay, first unit terminology, second unit how to calculate those terminology by using electrical gadgets in second unit. In third unit the mainly focused upon what are the building materials. Okay, this is the overview of basic civil and mechanical engineering part A. While coming to the first unit, basic terminology, the first unit name it is indicated as a basic terminology. Here first thing we are discussed about stress. So what is meant by stress? It is mainly one of the basic thing in civil engineering point of view. Not only civil engineering, it is occurred any kind of material. Okay, first of all we have let you have to know about what the stress. Stress is an internal resistance force developed by a body when we are applying force. Okay, in any kind of body we are applying force, then some amount of internal resistance force developed in that body. The internal resistance force we are called it as a stress. Okay, stress indicated the letter of sigma. The formula to calculate the sigma P by A. Okay, this is load, external applied force, and A, cross section area. So units for stress are newtons per mm square. Okay, newtons per mm square. This is stress. Sigma is equal to force by area. Force units newtons, area units mm square. Newton per mm square. This is stress. Next one, strain. When we are applying any objective, some dimensional changes will occur in that body. The ratio between change in dimensions of the body to the original dimensions of the body is called it as a strain. Okay, strain will be indicated with small e is equal to strain, change in dimensions by original dimensions. For example, here I will take an example of change in length by original length. Strain has no units because of change in length will in mm or meters or centimeters. At the same time, length also in mm or centimeters or meters, both two values get cancelled. That's why strain doesn't have any units. Clear? Strain is nothing but change in dimensions by original dimensions. Otherwise, strain is defined as it is a ratio between change in dimensions to the original dimensions of a body when we are applying external force. That is the main important thing. Okay, next come to types of stresses. We are already known about sigma is equal to P by A. Based on kinds of loads we are dividing the stresses in three categories. Okay, those are first one, tensile stresses. For example, it is a body. In that body we are applying two opposite pulls. Okay, two opposite pulls. In that time these also pull is called it as a tensile load. Okay, so once we are applying tensile load as a external load in that material, the tensile stress will be developed. Sigma T is equal to PT by A. Okay, PT tensile force, sigma T tensile stress, and A cross sectional area. Come to next one, compressive stress. Okay, while we are applying two opposite pushes, push will also call it as a compressive force. At the same time, compressive stress, sigma C is equal to, okay, sigma C is equal to PC by A. PC compressive force, A and cross sectional area. So here it is very important thing, and it is different from those two kinds of stresses. That is nothing but shear stress. Okay, shear stress. This is one kind of element. One end is fixed and other end is free. In this corner we are applying force, either push or pull, whatever it may be. So this kind of failure will be occurred after failure because of the major element part will be stable here. Some part of the element only move on this remaining material. In these two joining parts will be some internal force will be developed. Those kind of stresses we are called it as a shear stress. The shear stress will be indicated as a tau. Okay, tau is nothing but shear stress. So is equal to shear force by shear area. Okay, shear force. This one is called it as a shear, and it is also called it as a tangential force by tangential area. Okay, these are the different kinds of stresses. Those are tensile stress, compressive stress, and shear stress. So corresponding strains, once we are applying tensile stress, tensile strain will be formed. In case of compressive stress, compressive strain will be formed. In case of shear stress, shear strain will be formed. These two are dimensionless quantities, but this one having dimensions of radians. Okay, radians. These two are having no units, and shear strain having the radians of units. Okay, so these are the different kinds of strains. Another, we are having again three kinds of strains: longitudinal strain, lateral strain, volumetric strain. For example, see here we are providing two pulls or tensile forces. In the type of situation, the length of the object will be increased. In case you have to take a rubber band as an example, once we are applying two pulls on that, in that middle part the area will be decreased and length automatically increased. So here the longitudinal strain EL, this is longitudinal strain, is equal to change in length, means delta L, by original length of the object, is known as a longitudinal strain. In case of lateral strain, once we are applying two opposite pushes, for example taken as a sponge, we are applying two opposite pushes on sponge, the middle portion area will be increased. Am I right? So the lateral strain will be equal to change in depth or breadth by original breadth or depth. Okay, whatever it may be. In case of lateral dimensions, not this is longitudinal one, cross sectional dimensions we are called it as a longitudinal ones, that is sigma B or sigma D, I mean sigma breadth. Otherwise depth, in that change by original breadth and depth we are calculated lateral strain. Finally volumetric strain, here change in volume by original volume. For example, any kind of body we are take it as an example, those after applying force we are calculating the stress, the changes occurred in volume, the change in occurred in volume by original volume, that is indicated for volumetric strain. Okay, these are the different kinds of strains occurred in civil engineering elements. So next very important concept elasticity. Okay, the elasticity we are already known from childhood also. In that elasticity means once we are applying force in any objective, it will be the changes will occur in that body. Once we are remove that loads, the body will comes to its original shape up to particular limit. For example, take a rubber band as an example. First we are applying for 2 pulls, it will be elongated. Once we are removing those 2 pulls, it will automatically comes to the normal condition. This kind of property we are called it as a elasticity. So it is extended up to particular limit only. After that the body will not comes to the normal shape. For example, it is a body we are applying force P. So first we are calculate the sigma P by A and E, change in dimension by original dimensions. The property of elasticity E is equal to sigma by E, that is equal to stress by strain, having units Newton per mm square. Because stress having units, strain having no units, that's why we are having only stress units equal to the property of elasticity units. Okay, this is the property of elasticity. Come to next one, torsion. Torsion is nothing but torque force, otherwise twisting force applied. For example, a circular rod will be fixed like this. Okay, fixed like this. So here we are applying twisting moment, otherwise it is a rotation moment. Okay, for example, it is a pen. In this manner we are applying force like this, it is a torsion. Torsion is nothing but the torque developed by the element when we are applying force in rotating manner. So it will indicate it as a T. It will be calculated based on this formula. Torsion T is equal to pi by 16 tau d cube. It is for solid circular shaft. Tau is equal to shear stress, d diameter of the shaft. So again we are having another formula. T is equal to pi by 16 tau d naught power 4 minus di power 4 by d naught. Here tau is equal to shear stress, d naught external diameter, di internal diameter. So this is for hollow shaft. Because of hollow shaft having 2 diameters, right? This is internal and this is external. So it is having units Newton mm. Okay, so this is the torsion. Another more, we are having 2 more definitions in this unit. Those are shear force and bending moment. Shear force we are mainly write as SF or simply F. Shear force is nothing but algebraic sum of the forces acting in particular element is called it as a shear force. For example, here P is the force. Here one reaction will be developed, here another reaction will be developed. The shear force will be calculated as a P, because if it is downward direction, that's why we are using minus, plus it is upward means R1, plus it is also upward R2. So the algebraic sum of the forces acting in a body is nothing but shear force. Come to next definition, bending moment. The algebraic sum of the moments developed in a body is nothing but bending moment. Okay, that is called it write it as Bm or simply M. So here moment, what is meant by moment? For example, it is this load will be acting here from distance of x from the support. So what is here? Moment is nothing but P into x. Okay, moment is equal to load or force into perpendicular distance. So we are calculating perpendicular distance, here one moment and here another moment. The sum of those algebraic sum of those things we are called it as a bending moment. So this is regarding the basic terminology we are used in civil engineering point of view. This is first unit. Here we are having only definitions. Okay, I hope all of you understood. Thank you.